Hello, I'm Marky Dragon, and no, this is not a cigarette. This is a game code, and it is a trial code for Diablo 3, so that you can give the game a try. And if you're the first one to get it, why don't you post in the comments that you got it, and so everybody else can quit trying. And if Dika posts that he got it, don't believe him, try it anyway. Because he will post it on all of these, and really you can only use one. So, okay, so anyway, the meat of this video is about a question from it's Lemus 1177, Lemus 1177 from YouTube, and he says, why do you think WoW is as successful as it is, while similar to many other MMORPGs? What do you think it does to differentiate itself from others? Well, one thing about it is that it's made by Blizzard. And Blizzard has been known for very, very high quality games. In fact, did you know that Blizzard had another MMO that was in development that they killed because they said that it didn't meet their standards, and there wasn't really very much known about it. But what they said was that it just didn't meet their standards, and so they killed it. And God knows how much money they spent on it. They also have another kind of creed that or mantra that they won't put out a game until it's ready. And that is different than a lot of the other games, and I think that's a quality thing. And with that quality, that just attracts more people to play. And then, so a lot of these games that come out have history based in other, what do they call those? It's like. Golly, I can't even remember the name of the game, but it's like Fantastic Four the movie, and then Fantastic Four the video game, or Batman the movie, Batman the video game. It's like license. They get license, creative license for whatever concept. There are all of the Star Trek movies, and there are the Star Trek games. There are the Star Wars movies, and there are the Star Wars games. And while they have a big fan base, to where they get a big punch right at the beginning, if the gameplay is still not good and the storyline isn't that great, it still has a long road to go. Now, Blizzard has done, I think they're very smart, and I think that they're innovative, and I think that they are forward-thinking by several years to be able to project where they think the market is going to be and to be there when the market is there. Either that or they are creating the markets. And so while WoW is really like a lot of other games, the common thing that I hear is, why is everybody ripping off WoW? Well, WoW ripped off a whole bunch of other things. So, and it's not really ripped off. It's just that, how other things are done and when things are successful. So they've done a lot of stuff just really right. And they have good interaction between players. They have great guild systems. They have great adventuring. The single player experience is quite good. It's been quite a while since I played, but I took a few characters to 60 without grouping with a single person. And I did that because I like to play solo. I like to play at my own pace. And, because, I am self-employed, and so when my phone goes off and says that there's an order that needs to be, paid attention to, or one of the staff has got an issue and they need help, I stop what I'm doing and I take care of it. And so when you're in a raid, that don't work. I only once have done a raid with some people, and it was fine. I enjoyed it. But I realized it wasn't for me because I don't have the time to do that. So they've done a really great job of combining all of those aspects. They were originally going to do player housing as well, kind of like Ultima Online style. And they had stated that it would be the first patch that would come out, if I remember correctly. The first new content that would come out after the game was released. And for some reason they abandoned that. And I don't know why, because I think that that could have cinched them in even better. You know, a whole crafting system, making a whole bunch of useless items that aren't used just for fighting or for decoration of oneself, that, you know, to decorate your house or your property or whatever. And maybe they just realized that they couldn't do it in the Ultima Online style where they had, you know, to where you could walk through neighborhoods. And so, you know, in fact, you know, here I am talking about, you know, having to do stuff for customers, and that is my customer alarm. And I don't have to answer that one right away, though. So, anyway, I really wish that they had put that in. God, that would have been wonderful, especially if they could have captured the spirit of Ultima Online. And I think that's one of the staying power things of Ultima Online and why it stuck around with its communities for so long. But that's kind of off the subject here. So the Blizzard has just done so many things right. They become a part of our culture. And as being part of our culture, they really can be a trendsetter and everything. I mean, you know, look at South Park. They've been in episodes of South Park, and they've done, you know, they have Mr. T promoting it, William Shatner promoting the game, stuff like that. I mean, it's just really big stuff, and it's really, really endearing, not enduring, endearing to a lot of us in the United States. Now, I think that there are games in the rest of the world that have replicated this. And, you know, there was, I forget what the game name is, but I was talking to somebody at another game company where I'm doing a little bit of consulting for them and putting in player-to-player transactions in the game. That's the stuff that I talked about a long time ago that I was going to be doing. Well, it's happening. And so while talking to them, they gave an example of a game in China where they said they had 200 million players. Oh my God, you know, 200 million players. Now, maybe I just got my facts wrong and such, or maybe they did, but I was just stunned at that number. And so, you know, I know that I've seen games, you know, like Lineage and stuff like that have had tens of millions of players. And so, you know, when World of Warcraft hit 10 million and they were touting all of that, you know, honestly, it's a big deal here in the United States because we do things different here in the United States, but worldwide, the concept, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. And China is so much bigger in population than the U.S. and everything. So, you know, a lot of Americans go around thinking that they're boss, that you know, we have everything, that we're the numbers and everything. And in all honesty, China dwarfs everybody. So, you know, China is just absolutely huge. So, anyway, Blizzard just does it right. And they've been able to feed the mass market at the same time still having a little bit of flair without, you know, losing that flair. And that's one of the reasons for its staying power too. There's a few other games that have had staying power. There's a lot of other games that haven't, and there's some games that just went away right away. You know, like Auto Assault. I don't think it made it a year. There's been a lot of games that haven't made it a year. And, you know, the games are such big risk and everything. So there are, but there are other games, Ultima Online, EverQuest 2 is still online. Let's see, what else? I wonder if Dark Age of Camelot is still around. I think it is. And, you know, then somebody else brought up the other day Asheron's Call. Golly, that was one of the first other big MMOs to come out after Ultima Online. It came out around the same time as EverQuest and stuff. And so there are still a lot of games that are out and around, and they have staying power. And we're just waiting for the next big one because, you know, Ultima Online was king of the hill for a while. and then EverQuest, I believe, came along. There's a, gosh, is it mmostats.com? I don't remember the exact address, but they had all the subscriber numbers of all these different games, and how it, how they stacked up against each other. And I remember when EverQuest beat Ultima Online, and we're all going, wow, And then Star Wars Galaxies came out, and they hit like 500,000 subscribers, and we we're going, holy cow, So, and they'll just keep getting bigger. We will have something that'll replace World of Warcraft, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and the replacement will be done by Blizzard, or we'll get lucky and some other game company will come out with something that really strikes a chord. If there was one game that I'd want to see come out, it'd be another Ultima, another MMO. I'd love to see that come out, and I'll be all over that. And if the game's good, whoo, that could be big. That could be really big. Anyway, let me give out another code. So this is, again, a Diablo 3 trial. And I have a whole bunch of these, so it's going to be a whole bunch of videos giving these away. And there's the code. So enjoy. If you get it, please state in the comments that you got it. And while this is airing, I'll actually be up in Oregon and be filming up there. So look for some new scenery coming up here soon. And I appreciate all of you guys who are subscribers, and we'll have some more stuff to give away to you subscribers here soon. If you're not a subscriber, do subscribe. We're giving away things like the Frostmourne Sword, and that happens at 42,500 subscribers is when we pick that, and on the way up we have prizes along the way every 2,500 subscribers. So and in fact, the next one's coming up, so get ready. And if nobody claims their prize, then we're going to be giving away multiples each time. So, and it's not multiple to one person. We'll pick multiple people, and we'll tell you each one, and we'll cycle the stuff through and give everybody another shot again. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.